to Joy Ani Scrapping in My Own Private Idaho. This is day 2 of Christy's Beautiful Life, a 30-day sketch challenge. And this is day 2, and our wonderful creative person, and the sketch that I'm doing today is by Shannan Keith. And you can see hers. She is Creative Chaos. And this is a fun layout, and it matched perfectly. Stampin' Up! Had just had a really good deal on workshops, scrapbooking workshops, and I actually got this Lovely Florals workshop for, I think it was $18, which was half price. I will link that information in case you were like me and grabbed this workshop up. So the workshop comes with pre-designed layouts, but oh my goodness, Shannan's sketch was perfect, so I have abandoned my my workshop, and which is usually true. I usually don't buy the workshops, but this was such a good deal, and it was a cheap way to get paper. So I went ahead and purchased this, and I'll show you what I had. So Shannan's had a scribble circle, and this particular layout has 2 sheets in this workshop, and it had a scribble layout. I was not a I'm not a purple person, and I was thinking, oh man, this is so bright, I'm never going to be able to use it. But you can see from the flowers and the color combinations with her shirt and everything, it was meant to be. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I did cut out, and I will share my Design Space file that I used with you, because I did cut out some things on the Cricut. I cut out this scribble circle, and this one was, I believe it was a size 10, and I did cut out the hearts, the white hearts. I had some of the black from my old Close to My Heart acrylics that I am putting on here, and so let's go ahead and get started. So this is a 1-page layout. I've always tried to do 2 pages, but I'm just really trying to finish all the sketches in the time allowed, and so that's what I'm trying to do. So you'll wonder where I got these beautiful flowers. Were from the die cut. So for $17, I have a paper pack that had 6 sheets. It came with 2 pages of die cuts. You can see that I've used quite a few of those, and I don't even care because it was such a reasonable, and does that not match what I got going on there? And the other thing that I used was, you can see I did some, I used the colors. So this is Pretty Peacock, Old Olive. I'm going to have to think about that. I think it's Timid Tiger. It's either Timid Tiger or the Dark Side of Peach Pie. And in this one they also have, so this is exclusive to that, and you can see that I cut out this one, I cut out this strip, and I use this strip in my layouts. So let's go ahead and get started on this. This is my granddaughter. She was invited to her, she does, it's not homeschool, it's online school, but she went to school with a couple girls, and they invited her to their prom, which was very nice. She attended a Christian school for quite a few years, and so she goes back and visits them. So where I'm going to get started is, so if you don't have a scribble circle, you could definitely do that. And you can see that she has, so I'm going to build the layers within it. And I didn't know when I was using this, I didn't know if it would look okay, because the scribble circle is actually part of the layout, and I decided it did. But I did go ahead and cut out that scribble circle just in case it needed more bulk. So here we go. So I'm going to start off with my little layers, And this is so cute. So I'm kind of keeping them in order because I have a nasty habit of not remembering where I'm going to put things. And you can see from her sketch, I'm going to follow this super closely because it is a perfect layout for this paper. And it's beautiful, and I want to do it justice, and I want to say thank you to Shannan Keith for this beautiful layout. So I'm going to go ahead and set this here, and I'm starting 2 inches from the bottom, and I'm going to, you can see from here, she has the little strips, which could be journaling strips. I love it. I love these colors because the paper pack that I used, it's not colors that I would put together, and so by putting that on this side, it really draws in and brings those flowers. So here we go. And I would like to say that there are lots of people following along, so if this is not a layout that you would like to do, there is a host of people all trying, all making layouts, and I bet there's something that you would like to do. So I'm starting this at 2 inches from the bottom, and I'm going to put it down there, and then I'm going to move it and think, yeah, that looks good. I could go up to 2.5. What about 2.5? When I'm looking at that, I think 2.5 is closer to what she's done. And like I said, I'm trying to cover, so I'm 2 inches from the bottom. These strips are just strips of paper that from this pack. And this one, I believe I may have cut it out from the one sheet that I showed you. That's kind of a collage thing. Okay, so I'm going to hang this one over. And she has, because it's not, and then I'm going to put half an inch between, I'm going to try it at a half an inch. I'm going to addition that out. I'm going to come up here for a half an inch. And then, so they have, I'm going, this color that she's used, I'm using Pretty Peacock, and then I'm going to go up a half an inch, and I'm going to use Mossy Mellow. And, I think they line up, but not necessarily. Yeah, that looks good. I'm going to go for that. And this is the it's two-sided paper, and you can see it on the back. I could have used either side. It would have matched what I've got going on. And yes, so Stampin' Up! Has, they do at times have great clearance, and I always say check out the clearance. I am a clearance girl. I'm like that way. I'm that way when I buy anything. You know, a half an inch I think is too much. I'm going to move it down to 1/4 inch, and this side is not. I've used this mat for so long that it's starting to wear. Either my eyes are getting bad or the mat is wearing out. We'll pretend it's the. Pretend it's not. I'm going to try it down at 1/4 inch because a half inch is a little bit too much, and I think that's going to put me, because I have several strips. I don't want to be, I want my things to, oh boy, that's stuck down. I might have to put, oh boy, paper's coming up. I'm going to do that a little bit. I was a little aggressive there. I think I'm going to be okay. If not, remember, there are no mistakes, only opportunities to embellish. So I'm going to put this down here. This is my, oops, it's going to cover up my mess. This is Mellow Moss. And then, oh boy, I'm going to have to put something on there. And then I'm going to come up 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch is what we're doing now. So after that, I'm going to go, this is, sometimes I'm going to put just a dab of tape. Monica from Close to My Heart used to always, on the album retreat, she always stuck that on there, and that kind of works. Okay, so let's do one before. And that is, okay, so now I'm at 4. I'm going to put this down before I glue it down. I'm going to see how it actually looks. So this is my either Timid Tiger or Peach. Yeah, that looks right. And I'm going to have to put some kind of heart or star. There might be a heart right there. I'm thinking that's what's going to do. That's what's going to go there. Okay. Timid tiger, and then I have the, and I'm not for sure, I'm not for sure what I'm going to put. So there's this cute one, but I don't know if it's long enough, so I'm going to just kind of, what do they call, put a pin in it, so to speak. Okay, so then I'm going to put this, and actually this should have come under, well, I'm gonna put that right there. And then I'm going to put this purple on top of that because it is very layeredy. Let me put my pictures down just to make sure that everything's fitting the way we want. And I will be applying these acrylics with, okay, so this is going to come down here like this. And I like things to touch. And I'm going to put my my title. This is a die cut, and I will put which die cut I used. It is a Stampin' Up! Die cut. I kind of like that, and it looks like it's going to cover my unhappiness that I had. Okay, so I'm going to still put. I might put this. Okay, I'm going to put this one down. I am going rogue a little bit just because when you go to use a sketch, okay, so the purpose of a sketch is that it kind of takes, so that you don't have so many things to think about. You're just thinking about your pictures. So the sketch does a heavy lifting, and then it kind of gives you a starting point, and then you can easily, otherwise I think I would spend so much time going, oh, where do things go? Because I can spend an inordinate amount of time just in things like this. But what I love about sketches is, and this kind of comes in like this, is that it does take a lot of the guesswork out. Okay, so then I have this one. It's going to kind of go here. And then, and I think she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm having 5 as well. And it's kind of interesting. So a lot of times when I'll go to do a sketch, I will look at a feature that I want to copy exactly. And the feature I wanted to copy exactly, of course, was the scribble, and also the these little lines, even though they're small and you think, oh, that's such a small detail, but it really does add to the uniqueness of this sketch. So, and all of these strips are 1/2 by 6 inches because I wanted to give myself plenty of room to tuck under things. So now I have my base, and that's usually how I go about a sketch. I know that some people, they think, oh, I love to do sketches, but they're kind of, I don't know, you know, I just look at the sketch and I can't see what to do. And I think if you kind of divide it up, I think it's easier. So I just kind of look at this as a scribble circle, small lines, layering, and now I'm going to go to the picture placement. So here's my picture placement, and I do need to allow enough room because these and this came right in the kit. I didn't have to do anything. This is a really quick layout for me, and it's so perfect. And what's interesting about this is when I first saw this, I thought, I'm never going to be able to use this color. And there's so little of this color in what I'm doing. I mean, there's a little bit here, it matches the tree, but besides that, it's there's not a lot to it, and it works absolutely perfectly, I think. I think this is a perfect thing for this. Alright, oops. And sometimes I want it this way. I think this way. And I'm trying to decide whether I do have some other purple flowers that I can put right there, so I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. Put this down here like this. Add my lovely, make sure that it all fits, and that is perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and put, so I placed the guts of it. Now I'm going to put my picture placement down. I have used a 4x6 picture. I've also, in the Cricut design file, I have included the Polaroid picture frame for both of these. And my pictures are not a true 4x6. They are 4.5 by 5.5. And then this one is trimmed down to a 3x4. And I think it's so cute. She's looking in the mirror to do her hair. We're going to stuff this in here like this. And actually, as I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the title, and hers goes a little bit higher, but the jury's out on that one. So I'm going to go ahead and pop out this one because I know this one's for sure. This is what I want to do. And I am thinking about I'm going to put this right here. That is kind of like another added little title. And I think I'm going to put it right here. Okay. So this is a sticker from the sticker sheet. So there was a sticker sheet and two die cut sets. So I'm going to put that right there. So I am very proud of my granddaughter. She actually, so her beautiful dress, we always thrift. We do not spend $1 million on, so I altered it. That one, I've altered all of her prom dresses. We've gotten all of them from Goodwill. And that one I cannot remember exactly. Well, this one she might have borrowed from a friend. They're either borrowed or they're thrifted. The idea of buying a dress and using it once and having it either, land in someone's closet for 40 years or landfill is kind of, yeah. So we thrift, or we borrow, or we do whatever, and then I just alter. I can do small alterations. I used to sew, before I was a scrapbooker, I was a quilter and a sewer. I used to get up at 5 in the morning and sew, and I made all my kids' clothes, and then material. I did that because I was poor, and it was the cheapest way to clothe my children. But it has been. I'm not loving this one. I'm going to see if I have some others that I would rather do. I'm going to try this purple. Nothing like changing things out of certain. And so what I'm taking it from this die cut sheet. And like I said, for this pack, there was 2. And I have several of these for the clearance price if you are local, which is Caldwell, Idaho, or around there. You can message me and I'll fix you up. But anyways, okay, so then this is the lovely, so this title I thought was perfect as well. And I'm having it touch over. And this one was also it's a Stampin' Up. So last year they had a suite sale where you, if you bought the entire suite, you got the second one for half off. So I wound up with a lot of sweets. But this is, it's a lovely, and it looks perfect with mine. So now I'm going to look at Shannan's layout again, and I'm going to put the hearts on. So I've used, she just used one type, but and this is included in the Design Space file that I'm sharing. You just click on it and we'll take you to it. So I'm going to have a large white heart here, and this is just paper, so I'm just having adhesing it. Wow, I can't see how long this is going. It doesn't look like it's, oh. I said, I've been rambling on for 20 minutes. So this one is going to go right up here. And I also have black ones. So, and then there was a larger one, a larger heart that's over here. And she kind of hangs it off, and I'm going to do that too. The secret to making things look like they're random is kind of hanging things off. So I'm going to hang that one off there, and I am really looking at her placement because that is not my strong suit. I'm going to put this one over here because she's got a visual triangle with the heart that's going on. Put this one over here, and I'm going to put a black one right here. I don't know if I want to mix them or not. Now that I say that, I may just do white ones after all. Nothing like changing your mind. I'm going to have this one hanging off too. So I just cut out a bunch of hearts. I mean, you could definitely change sizes on them. And then the acrylic ones are hard to cut in half, so I'm not going to have those guys hang off. So I'm going to have this one right here. And the black ones, I hope that's not too distracting to have two different colors. A lot of people put, they use the green glue or the acrylic hearts. I don't use green glue, and this is the reason. I've tried all these other, people have showed me all these things. If I craft a lot, the motion of squeezing those bottles just causes me physical pain. I'm going to put this one over here, and then I'm going to put a black one over here, and I'm going to call this done. So I hope you will stop by this week and see what I've got going. And like I said, there are lots of other creators that are doing the same sketch, and it's fun to see all the different interpretations. So I hope you will stop by. I hope you like and subscribe. This is my favorite sketch challenge, and like I said before, I will try to include the placement, because I think one of the things that may be keeping people from doing sketches is they don't know what to cut the paper. So I will, for my versions, I will tell you what I cut the paper at, and of course it's going to be different for your pictures and your things, but it will at least kind of give you an idea of where to start. Anyway, so that is my layout. I'll trim this off, so when you come on, the finished product is what you see. And I loved this. Thank you so much, Shannan, for sharing this beautiful sketch with us. Talk to you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.